Well, it was well over 30 degrees on the pitch last weekend, but the boys pressed on and they delivered some of the best games we've seen all year, actually. Highlights coming up in just a moment. This is CAF Television. Welcome, everyone. Nothing but game highlights for you today. Tons of them, as the Supergroup season is gradually winding down, but we've also got a few non-Supergroup games for you as well to check out from multiple age groups. So everyone getting a bit of camera time this week. As mentioned, some fantastic matchups, but we'll start with the two teams that have ruled the under 13 division this year, One Touch and CAQ. Now, these squads have had a phenomenal rivalry, and CAQ was riding high on Saturday, fresh off being crowned Ontario champions the weekend before. Now, of course, that just worked as extra incentive for OTS, who feel as though they are the true top dogs in the province. These two squads each had a win in their season series before this game, so this was the money match. Christian Kazishan getting things started for OTS with one of the goals of the week, taking on three CAQ players himself, too strong, pounds at home, and it's 1-0 One Touch. The boys in blue coming close to getting an equalizer moments later. Tyler Bradbury ringing it off the iron, though. Mr. Mohawk, otherwise known as Gabriel Givens, coming up big for OTS in goal, robbing Narendra Lamay. Nothing he could do about this one, however. Michael Mancuso packing some dynamite in that right foot of his. Gorgeous, all knotted up at one apiece, but Kazishan was the unstoppable force for OTS on this day. Again, takes on half of CAQ here, does it all himself, smokes it past the keeper. One Touch retaking the lead, 2-1. Second half, it was Chanosprit Gulman's turn to come up huge, denying Mateo Manzello. Nice save. Back the other way we go. CAQ on the charge. The shot is ripped just wide of the post, though. But the boys in blue just would not be denied. They're the provincial champs for a reason. Ethan Fayant to Sajan Gill. In it goes. And once again, they are even Steven, tied at 2 apiece. And CAQ nearly pulls out the win in the last second. Narendra Lamay hammering it just wide there. They were fit to be tied. Afterwards, the boys stopped by to talk about the rivalry and the brutal playing conditions. Well over 30 degrees on the pitch.
We've had a really big rivalry. The first game, we lost 5-3, and then we picked it up. First half, we played very well. We passed the ball and kept possession. The second half, I think we could have done way better.
Yeah, we played all right. Games against OTS are always hard. It's always a close game between them. Two good teams. Especially in this weather, endurance is it's brutal playing out here. Especially with the heat out, we got to play a lot of possession, hopefully tire the other team out. We got to sort of save our energy, can't go too crazy at the beginning because there's no recovery out here. You could walk, you could stand, whatever, it's still blazing hot, so.
Well, Jinga Academy has had a rough go of things as of late. 2 weeks ago, they faced under 13 provincial champs CAQ and got spanked 8-0. Now, they can take solace in the fact that they're not alone in getting blown out by CAQ this year. It's happened to quite a few squads over the course of the season. Well, Saturday presented a chance for Jinga to get back on track as they were facing Burlington, a squad they've played close all year. Poor Jinga was behind the 8 ball from the start in this one. They had just 8 players and no subs on a very hot day. Now, all that considered, they put in a heroic performance. We pick it up with Burlington leading 1-0. Jinga on the attack, but it slides just wide. Second half of play, Burlington adds to their lead off the corner kick. The second chance hammered just under the bar, 2-0 for B-Town. But Jinga never says die. Ali Syed turns on the Jets, smacks it home, and Jinga cuts the deficit in half to 2-1, but it's just too tough playing down 3 men. Burlington seals the deal late. Wanderan hits pay dirt. It ends up as a 3-1 final. But Jinga coach Kevin DeSerpa extremely proud of how his team rose to the occasion short-handed on such a hot day.
Today they showed tremendous willpower and heart to continue in the game with 2-3 men down. and I have to take my hats off to them because having the game finish at the score that it was and having the chances that we had under the situation and circumstances that we were under, I take my hats off and a big round of applause for these kids.
Welcome back to CAF Television. Well, things just keep getting better and better for Maccabi Canada. Now, the one blemish on their record this year was a loss against Fogo 3 weeks ago. Now, aside from that, they've been the rock stars of the under-16 supergroup. Mark Benhamu has been a revelation. He notched a hat trick 2 weeks ago against Boost, and against Chantilly on Saturday, he took things to a whole different level. Yeah, if you think 3 goals is impressive, don't touch that remote. Benhamu, something else on this day. Early on, he takes the free kick and gets things started. It will hit the iron, but Jacob Malsberg there to knock home the rebound, and Maccabi is up 1-0, and they were just getting warmed up. Soon after, Benhamu notches his first of many on an unfortunate misplay by keeper AJ Gould. Easy pickings for Benhamu. 2-0. Maccabi, more from Benhamu, a lot more. Malsberg sets him up. Benhamu just picks his spot, and it's 3-0 for Maccabi. And then Malsberg to Benhamu was a repetitive theme in this game. Benhamu accepting the pass and just outracing 2 Chantilly defenders, hammering it in. And that's a hat trick, and they weren't even out of the first half yet. He continued to score at will. Those long strides of his just eating up the turf. Nathan told he can't catch him. 5-0 Maccabi. Benhamu with 4 of them. Second half, the onslaught continues. 3 guesses as to who strikes again, and the first 2 don't count. Mr. Benhamu making it look way too easy. 5 for him, and it's 6-0 Maccabi. Chantilly did have its chances, though. Jalen Salazar hits this one pretty good, but right at the keeper. And then it's Benhamu playing the role of setup man this time. A sweet little feed for Aaron Poyastro out front. Great touch, one-timer. 7-0 for the Reds. This was Chantilly's best chance. Gianmarco Perry hammers it, but he smacks it off the iron. This game, all about Benhamu, really, at the end of the day. For some reason, he's left all alone out front here. Might not be the best idea if you're Chantilly. 6 for Mark, 8-0 Maccabi, and they would add one more. Spencer Koch uses Benhamu as a decoy here and just squeezes it past AJ Gould, who was understandably one frustrated keeper on this day. Not his fault. 9-0 your final, and the man of the match, shockingly, was Mark Benhamu, who gave all credit to his teammates, though.
I got 6 goals today, but I got to give them to my teammates. They were just giving me great balls the whole game. I was just up top beating guys with speed, but I couldn't ask for better teammates around me to help me get there. I think everybody had an amazing game. We all came together. We've been practicing a lot lately, and it really paid off. We capitalized on all our chances. We played well defensively. We were able to keep the ball, pass it around, move it up the field. We defended well, we attacked well, we did everything we wanted to do. We stuck to the game plan, and that's all you can ask for. Well, it's quite hot. I think it was almost 30 degrees. I'm not really sure, but luckily for us, we just came back from playing an international tournament in Israel where it was probably way hotter than this. So we had gotten used to the heat. We were able to play through it. I think that gave us an advantage over the other team. So, yeah.
And now, of course, CAF is about much more than just the super groups. There are multiple divisions for many age groups, and today we're going to take a look at some of those other groups. The under-13 elite group was on tap Saturday morning with 2 familiar names, One Touch and Rise SC, going head-to-head from Esther Shiner Stadium. These guys got off a bit easier than other squads on Saturday as they got to play early in the morning, so not quite as hot. Early on, Rise taking its time, building the play, Steven Cedra will try his luck from well out, but Nicholas Filipovic gets down to make the stop. Seconds later, Daniel Caiado, he will let loose a blast, but once again, it's Filipovic equal to the task. Soon after, Rise corner kick, and Ashton West will get a foot to it over Filipovic's head, but off the iron, alas. Finally, Rise does draw first blood. Julian Costa just giving it a go from 30 yards out, and that is a thing of beauty. Nominee for goal of the week, how could it not be? Rise takes the 1-0 lead. That wakes up One Touch, though. They finally start pressuring Rise a bit more. Nice stop by the Rise goalkeeper right there, though. Second half of play, Gabriel Givens. He gets chopped down in the box, no doubt about it. Austin Machado will go to the spot, and he will make no mistake, and they're all knotted up at one apiece. Before the final whistle, though, Rise with the chance to win on a penalty of their own, but Jesse Murillo ringing it off the bar. Ouch. So it ends up as a 1-1 draw. Great game from Esther Shiner between two squads that have been at the top of the elite group all year. Welcome back to CAF Television, to the under-20 supergroup we had now, and one of the most anticipated matchups of the year. Now, TYFC looked like they were going to run away with the division title for some time, but things have taken quite the turn over the last month. Toronto Fusion has shot up the standings, and TYFC was one of its victims over that run, as they dropped them with a last-second goal to hand them their first defeat of the season back in August. Now, Sunday was the rematch, with TYFC looking to exact a bit of payback. If this game is any indication, TYFC are back, baby. Are they ever? They were dominant first half. Luis Silva coming close, but he will ultimately hammer it off the side of the net. The Reds would break the ice, and you will see this again in the CAF countdown. Jake Wimmer to Brock Lindo. Great cross, and what a finish on the header. TYFC lead 1-0. Then identical play, different end result, but Wimmer crosses, Lindo heads it, but not this time, as Michael DeLeo snags it to keep the deficit at 1. Fusion had its chances. Alexander Cantasano, always so dangerous, has to watch his shot ring off the post, though. TYFC adds another. DeLeo gets caught in no man's land here on the cross. Marco Manazzo burns him top shelf. Toronto Youth go up 2-0. But Fusion never stopped trying, but they were just snake bitten on the evening. Daniel DeRosa just runs out of real estate there. Second half of play, TYFC relentless. Nice moves here. Ruben Salzberg out front, but Malik White there for the goal line stand. If this would have gone in, it would have been one of the best headers of the year, but it screams just over the top of the bar. They would add a third, though. Taesung Park. Just check out the 1v1 skills here. Beautiful. And then he tattoos it past DeLeo. Sweet. TYFC going up by a 3-spot. Fusion. A golden chance to get one back here, and we've slowed this down for you. This gets called as a handball. And it doesn't look like it. Looks like it was the chest, but Alexander Cantasano gets the call, goes to the spot, but ultimately, it was just that kind of a day for Fusion, folks. It goes wide. So TYFC avenges their loss from earlier in the season as they drop hard-charging Toronto Fusion by a 3-0 count. Well, another team looking for payback on Sunday was Maccabi. Now, as mentioned, they were rolling with an undefeated record until Fogo put an end to that on September 9th with a 3-2 setback. Well, Sunday at Centennial was the rematch, and the encounter was everything it was built up to be. A true clash of the Titans. Maccabi, of course, coming off their 9-0 win over Chantilly the day before. But it's Fogo hitting the score sheet first. Samuel Vera to Gurgis Singh. Nice cross, Vera. 1-0 for the Fogo boys. Maccabi trying to respond. Nice work here by Joshua Duckman as he penetrates, but nobody on the receiving end of his cross. This one was close, the cross, and then Spencer Koch with the monster header, but rings it off the iron. Keeper may have got a piece of it too. So Fogo led 1-0 at the half. In the second, Maccabi nabs the equalizer. Mitchell Rubenstein, nice footwork. He gets it to Kyle Wimmer, and they were all knotted up at 1 apiece, but that didn't last long. Fogo on the attack. Matthew Hill with the sublime cross for Quinn Lenardi, who applies the finish, and Fogo retakes the lead. And it was a 2-1 soccer game, but you know Maccabi, they never quit. Wimmer squeezes it just over the top of the bar, and yeah, you can see just a bit of frustration on his face there, but it was all good because late in the half, free kick, not even sure who gets this one, but it's a header and it's in. And that is the equalizer. So a 2-2 final. Afterwards, Quinn Lenardi stopped by to talk about the game and how the season has gone so far for his squad.
Yeah, so I think we played a pretty good game, actually. It was really intense. A lot of good plays from both sides of the pitch, but it's just that we just gave away a little bit too many defensive miscues, defensive errors, and a lot of communication errors, and that's what cost our team the tie. We had a good strong offensive game, but I just think that our defensive miscues put us. Our team has actually been it's been a little disappointing, to say the least. We've had a lot of games slip out of us. I think this is our 8th tie. Just a lot of games slipping out at late, especially this game. Just late defensive miscues, and we have one game left. We're looking to win that game and get off on a good note.
Welcome back to CAF Television, and back to the under-13 elite group now, and our first look at the Scarborough Eastsiders Soccer Club, and they were looking good on Sunday against Maccabi with a potent offensive attack. The Eastsiders were looking like a sure bet to nab 3 points as they raced out to a big early lead, but kudos to the Maccabi boys. They never say die, and the end result was one of the best games in any division we've seen all year. Hey, hold on to your hats. This one was a wild ride. First half, Eastsiders leading 1-0. Maccabi's number 14, not on the game sheet. But he scores. Way to go, 14. It's all tied up at 1 apiece. It seemed like Maccabi had a bit of a lull then, and the Eastsiders took full advantage. Aska Saha to Ali Azim to the back of the net. Scarborough retakes the lead. 2-1. Soon after, pretty sure this is Azim again as he charges down the wing. He was everywhere on this day. Slots it home, and it's a 2-goal bulge for the Eastsiders. It soon becomes 3. Aziz again. All the time in the world here. You could have a picnic if you wanted. Too easy. Eastsiders up 4-1 at the break. Second half now, and Maccabi wakes up. This one somehow finds its way through the crowd, and the deficit is cut to 4-2. Soon after, Maccabi man of the match, Noah Pollock, turning on the Jets, outracing the defender, and he tickles the twine, and it's now just a 1-goal difference. But Scarborough seemingly put it away here. Aziz does it again, 4th of the game. 5-3 Eastsiders, done and dusted Maccabi, right? Wrong. Moments later, Noah Pollock at it again. Smokes it past the keeper. 5-4 Eastsiders. And then late in the half, Pollock post, but his teammate there to clean up the garbage, and Maccabi comes all the way back to even it at 5 apiece. Dying seconds now. Pollock with a chance to actually win the thing, but screams it just wide of the post. His reaction pretty much says it all. Ouch. Ah, well. Awesome comeback by the McCubby boys. What a game it was. Noah stopped by afterwards to chat about the contest.
So we had a little bit of struggle in the first. We weren't used to this heat, and it's really hot today. The other team was just outworking us in the first, but when we came back in the second, we were prepared and we were ready to work, and we ended up coming back. It's really hot, so we tried to make the ball move. Instead of us running a lot and playing long balls, we decided to play short and then play through balls. It made the offense and their team work.
1, 2, 3, McCubby!
Well, Sunday was also our first look at first touch football in the under-13 elite division, and something tells me it won't be our last. The boys came out and put on a solid performance against Bree FC on a sweltering morning where temperatures soared well beyond 35 degrees on the pitch. The first half action, first touch already up 1-0, and don't feel bad, Patal Manan. This happens to grown-ups playing on field turf all the time. Tough bounce. 2-0, first touch. They kept it coming. Lorenzo Masco just will not be denied. He powers through, gets it to Zoroar Saran. Easy finish. 3-zip first touch. Bree does manage to get one back here as the keeper can't handle the nasty hop. Najee Williams pokes it over the line, and that cuts it to 3-1. Second half of play, first touch adds one more, and it's Masco again sliding past the back line and hitting pay dirt. So 4-1 your final. And both teams stopped by afterwards with their thoughts on the game from Downsview Park.
Oh, it was extremely hard. It was so hot outside. And especially me being a striker, having to run up and down. It's hard because the sun's just beating down on you. It's hard.
You know, we all played well, we all hustled, we all ran our hardest, I think. And I think that's as good as it gets with our team. So I think that's very good from our team this time.
Okay, before we go, time for the CAF Countdown, the top 5 plays of the week. Number 5, Maccabi was dominant against Chantilly. Mark Benhamu feeds Aaron Poyastro for the one-time finish. Part of a huge Maccabi 9-0 win. Number 4, TYFC versus Fusion. Great cross. Sublime header by Brock Lindo. TYFC picking up the win. Number 3, CAQ and OTS went back and forth Saturday. Michael Mancuso rips it past the keeper. What a shot from 18 yards out. Number 2, talk about dialing long distance. Rise SC's Julian Costa from 30 yards out. Gorgeous. Part of Rise's 1-1 tie with OTS. And number 1 on the week, Christian Kazishan of one touch against CAQ. 1-on-3, and they still can't contain him. Absolutely beautiful. Big play and a big game by a big-time player. And that is our CAF play of the week. And that's all the time we've got for this week. Just remember, though, you can always head to cafsoccer.com to keep up to date regarding all the events in the Canadian Academy of Football. And of course, all your social media outlets are there to check out as well. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week for more CAF TV.